and welcome to today's episode of Light Lunch. I'm Chloe Stephen, the Regional Events Lead at the Institute of Building. Today I am joined by two new members of our Central Region Committee, Paul and Alex. I will let them introduce themselves and maybe talk about why they've come on to help us out. Paul, we'll start with you.
So thanks for having me. I guess I have joined the committee to, give a little bit back. I've attended a fair few NZIB events over the years, and we've hosted a number of visits on our sites in the last 4 years through Summerset. So, and Christina de Boer gave me the opportunity to jump in and support. So, looking forward to, understanding a little bit more about how the Institute works and giving back really. So yeah.
Oh, and Alex.
Cool. Yeah, kia ora everyone. I'm Alex James. So I'm a structural consulting engineer and have been for the last 16 years or so. Currently working at Beca in Wellington, where I've been for the past 9 years. And so prior to that was in the UK for a few years, and then New Zealand before that. So I'm Wellington based, born and bred in Lower Hutt, and have two kids, so 5 and 7. And so both myself and my wife work full time, which comes with its own challenges. And so I joined the NZIB in about October last year. Had another voluntary piece of work I was doing come to an end, so freed up a bit of time, and so I looked around a few organisations about where I could potentially help, and I was drawn to NZIB mainly because it's like a really broad range of the construction industry, which I think sort of appeals to connecting people and helping them learn off each other. So that's why I'm keen to get involved with NZIB. That broad range of people it targets rather than a sort of a narrow focus.
Yeah, cool. And we are very lucky to have you both. Right, let's jump into some of these questions. Paul, what is something you are currently excited about at work?
Yeah, absolutely. I probably need to jump back and introduce myself a little bit. Sorry, I did miss that. Yeah, I did miss that
find
memo.
Out what you do for work.
Yeah, absolutely. So, similar to Alex, I've been in the industry for about 20 years. I'm a builder by trade. Did my time with Fletchers. Came through a bit of a really good period with Fletchers. Worked under a fair few of the legends there, and then shot off to do a bit of work for Foreign Affairs in the client side. And then spent the last 4.5 years with Summerset doing kind of client-side building, delivering some of the villages around the country. So projects director is my title at the moment, and really enjoying the whole holistic approach to development. So really a really great model that Summerset operate, where you're involved early and deliver, and then you see Nana and Grandad, the end user, moving in and get to associate with them. So it's a great life cycle that we get to witness. So sorry I missed that. Excited. I'm excited about we've got a really big year in the Wellington region for Summerset, so a couple of big deliveries, and I'm really enjoying I know it's tough out there for a lot of people, but I'm really enjoying the fact that most companies are well resourced at the moment. The COVID period was pretty tough to get good people and sufficient resources. So certainly the jobs in my region are benefiting from having really good resources and good capability around those teams. Certainly some nervousness about workload and forward workload. But yeah, big year ahead, and looking forward to handing over some key buildings in our regions. So yeah, excited about that. It's really great when you get a really good team and everyone is humming and contributing to an end goal. It's a really good feeling when you can get all subbies working together. So it's a big year for us, and I'm really excited about what we can produce come the end of the year.
Nice. And what about you, Alex? What's something exciting going on at work?
Yeah, so the one I wanted to mention today was just it's a relatively unique piece of work, which makes it exciting. So we're undertaking a piece of work for MB. It's around the cost-benefit analysis of the current earthquake-prone building system in New Zealand, which is a bit of a heavy mouthful, but it's really unique, and it's drawing a group of a team together from Beca, GNS, economists, as well as some international experts. And so we're sort of leading the the review of that, and there's a lot of components at play, and the reason it's there's kind of, I guess, a lot riding on it. I'm sure everyone's heard about various earthquake legislation, and for anyone being a building owner out there in the last sort of 8 years or so would have no doubt been affected by it, and the various changes that have been going on over the years. So with the current government, they basically want to do a review of that, which was announced towards the end of last year, and so they've set out to release a few packages of work to review that. So not sure what it will lead to at the end, but yeah, certainly a lot of public interest in the system and what will come out. So yeah, really sort of shaping the future for the earthquake-prone legislation going forward.
It's incredible how many I guess orange and red stickered buildings there are actually out there, isn't it? Like the stats are pretty horrendous. So quite a lot of stock is either limited use or out of use. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The key one,
piece of work.
Key one that comes up as well is around those differing of opinions of engineers as well. One says it's this percent, and the other says it's 3 times as good as that. So that makes it really difficult for building owners to get any sort of certainty.
Yeah, and tenants, right? You know, a lot of tenants are having a minimum standard before they lease, so it limits where they can go. And
yeah, and I think one of the main challenges we see is it's a massive difference between big urban centres like for Wellington, prepared to spend a bit of money on the earthquake strengthening, but then that's applied to the regions as well. A lot smaller rents coming in, and that just kind of doesn't really stack up feasibly for them to kind of get that return on investment, whilst it's better for the greater good of New Zealand. Yeah,
absolutely.
Wow, that is quite exciting and interesting. All right, what about some lessons that you've learned, or a lesson, that you've learned at work that you could pass on to others? Paul, what about you?
Yeah, I always like to I guess remind the grads and the apprentices coming through not to be in a hurry with their career. I think it's real powerful to enjoy the journey and try and extract as much knowledge out of each step on that journey. I've seen a lot of people that jump to that next step of their career, be that a chippy getting into supervision or supervisors going to site management, and they're always really quick to jump, but it's a really big step. So the better you can be prepared for that step, the better you'll go when you make the step. So yeah, I've certainly remind a lot of my team to not be in a hurry and just enjoy the journey. You know, if you're motivated and competent, you will get to where you want to go, but just enjoy the journey, and because every step does come with a whole lot more stress and responsibility, and it can get on top of you, right? We talk about mental health a lot more in the industry, which is great, and a lot of organisations have it front of mind alongside health and safety. So yeah, it's really good, and I think we bring a lot of that stress on ourselves at times. So yeah, by enjoying the journey and being the best prepared we can to make it is a really important message. So yeah, I certainly share that with whoever will listen.
Absolutely, that's a great thing to learn. And Alex, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to pull out the dreaded C word, the COVID word. It's probably a lesson I learned back in 2020 when in those lockdowns. The whole working from home, and walk out your office door, bedroom door, or what have you, and you go from straight work mode into sort of family mode. 2 young kids sort of rocking around at the time. And I sort of realised I really struggled with that, not separating those two things out, and so it kind of taught me then to learn a few tools around ways to manage that, and that's kind of something I still do at the moment. Practice at the moment is kind of making sure when I'm at home I'm present with the family, and if you have a big day at work, it reflects my mood at home so much if I'm not actually present, if your mind's thinking about other things, or you pick up your phone and check some emails. So yeah, for me it's that kind of lesson is around being present and trying to have some tools to deal with it. And so one of those things for me, when I get home, I'll just chuck my phone on the bed. It's just like that way. It's a physical thing where it's there. I'm not going to pick it up. as soon as you do, you'll no doubt have a kid sort of hang on your ankle and saying, "Dad, look at me," and so yeah, that's a key one that I've learned over the years.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I think we could all take that piece of advice into our daily life. I guess that kind of flows on to the mental health thing, because I think that's probably helping your mental health a lot. But Paul, what is something you do for better balance of mental health and well-being at work, after work?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, certainly this industry can be taxing, and real important to have balance. I guess at work I like getting out on site, so I'm predominantly office-based, being a PD, and I could spend all day in my office, so I really enjoy getting outside and seeing what we're actually building and achieving. And I like getting over to the live village side, so seeing the operations and the nurses and caregivers working in the facility we've created. So yeah, on a work front, I like getting out on site. Don't do it enough, but also every day I try and get out and just see the why. Bit of an active relaxer at home, so I'm always building something, being a chippy by trade, do a bit of motorsports, so that's a good release, and involved in the Wellington Speedway Society, so up there on the committee and look after the works up there and race for the last 18 years. So yeah, try and lots going on, young kids as well. So yeah, busy lifestyle, but yeah, active relaxer. So I like being busy, and yeah, kids. I got a 5 and an 8-year-old. So yeah, they certainly keep us on our toes as well. So always doing something with them, or they're along for the journey. So it's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing like taking your frustration out on the speedway, eh?
Yeah,
No,
that
that's
sounds
it. Yeah,
great.
certainly. I actually recently hung up my helmet, so just last year after 18 years. So I'm probably in that limbo of needing to find the next vent to I guess, yeah, take my I don't know, yeah, my relaxation out on. But
Yep.
yeah, I'll find something for sure. I'm no good at golf, Alex, so I can't join you.
Oh, it's a shame, mate.
Yeah, bit of a hacker. So maybe I need to spend some more time on the course, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golf is a far too long day to be away from the family.
Yeah. I wouldn't get a pass out. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I learnt when our kids were about first one was less than 1 year old, and that not a recommended time to start learning to play.
no.
Oh, you could tell my partner that if you like, because he's still persisting.
Yeah.
Alex, what is some things that you do apart from the phone thing to balance your mental health and well-being while at work or at home?
Yeah, I mean, similar comment to Paul around the active relaxer. That's definitely me at home. Need to be kind of out there, kind of doing something, or feel like getting a sense of achievement. But yeah, the one I kind of noted down was a bit of a boring one, but it's exercise for me. Yeah, it's just something that it really I find it get really good benefit out of. Started doing a bit more running in the last couple of years, and just it has amazing ability for me to kind of clear my mind and feel really, really refreshed afterwards. So also found having recently trained for a couple of events, like having that sense of purpose outside of work for a particular sort of outside of work hobby, really gave me a different focus. So yeah, exercise for me.
Yeah, I think exercise is really important for all of us, even if it's just a walk around the block to clear your mind, right? It's super
certainly
helpful.
as you get on in life, right, it becomes more and more important to keep moving, and yeah, it's critical, isn't it?
It's creaky knees.
Yeah.
All
Many
right.
rugby games.
Could you tell us, Paul, about someone who's been influential to you? This could be personal or in your career, or both.
Yeah. I guess I think I've been really lucky in that space to have lots of mentors. I came through a time with Fletcher's that had multiple, I guess, really influential people in the industry. So I've probably got too many to list, but I like to try and surround myself with, I guess, mentors who have become friends. So yeah. Gus Smith, Brent Jeffries, Dave Gilmore, they're all kind of like Fletcher legends that I still talk to now, confidants. A couple of them are retired, but Stacey Mendoza, who's obviously done a whole lot of stuff with in the industry, they've taken me under their wing at some point, and I still talk to my MFAT boss. I still talk to my and then at Summerset, I've got some really good mentors that become friends. So yeah, I think the key message is try and surround yourself with good people who are happy to share knowledge. And yeah, I've certainly been charmed in my career to have plenty of people that have shared lots of knowledge. So those, even though you talk to them about work, when you become friends with them, you can talk to them about life issues as well. So yeah, just been really lucky to have lots of mentors, and certainly draw talk to them a lot about whatever's going on. So yeah, certainly blessed in that space.
Now, Paul, have you been a mentor? Well, we lost him.
Yeah, sorry, I'm here. Yeah, that cut out for a little sec.
No. Take that as a no.
Yeah, sorry, what was that question?
Have you been a mentor?
Yeah, I've actually got a couple of I guess younger construction professionals that I'm mentoring at the moment. So Summerset does do a bit of a formal mentoring program. So support a couple of the cadets, and I guess lucky enough to be a apprentice master when I was at Fletcher's, and then cadet master when I got a little bit further through my career. So really enjoy that interaction with people who are, I guess, on the journey a few years behind you. Because again, there's no substitute for grey hairs, right? And unfortunately, we lose a lot of them out of the industry year on year. So it's really good to try and pass that knowledge on when you can. So
absolutely, we have our mentor mix program, which is starting up in the next few weeks. We're doing a call for mentors in the newsletter this week. So if you have any interest in helping us out with that as well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex, what about someone influential for you?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I like that comment from Paul around the surrounding yourself with good people. I think that sort of resonates with me for sure. And I think of Beca and the sort of the leadership across the group here. It's really consistent, and it does sort of filters down from the top. So there's a whole bunch in Beca to mention, but one in particular who's been, I guess, my mentor for the last few years, Henry Tatham. So he's a principal in the Wellington structural team. Really, really calm under pressure, ability to think sort of laterally about tricky problems, and just kind of a natural leader. And when you think about what sort of influential is, it's what would so and so do in this situation, and you sort of think, well, if whoever that person is that comes to mind, what would so and so do? I mean, that's clearly someone that's influential, and so for me that'd be Henry. And I guess on the personal front, probably remiss not to mention my wife Jana. She's in marketing and basketball. We're absolute chalk and cheese in terms of like skill sets that we have. And she's an incredibly empathetic person. And I think she got told a number of years ago, "Oh, you're too nice to be a leader. You can't be that kind." And she sort of stuck to her guns and sort of proved them wrong. And so just goes to show, there are different types of leaders out there, and there's not not one way to do it. So yeah, I think, and again, kind of thinking back to that situation around what would so and so do, I think her from sort of an empathy perspective, sort of someone that sticks in my mind.
Yeah, that's really nice. Cool. All right. Well, thank you both for joining me today on Light Lunch. And I'm sure everybody will get to meet you guys over the coming months at events and upcoming things. Thank you very much.
Right.
Bye.
Appreciate it, Chloe. Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. Look forward to working with you.